And good evening, everybody. Hey, Alice, I see you hanging out there. Joshua, Chester, Little Daddy. Great to see you guys. We definitely have the guy on who likes to make everybody cry with all of his tax knowledge tonight. And as usual, Scott is going to be with us. We do hope you guys enjoy the show. We've got an interesting one for you tonight. And hey, listen, since text does not translate sarcasm well, I'm hoping that was actually a thrilled "oh yay" instead of a sarcastic "oh yay." I loved it. Yeah, I love taxes. Sure. That's what almost everybody says except Emory, being completely sarcastic there, by the way. And Joshua, tell your girlfriend I'm sorry. And unfortunately, Emory is not shirtless tonight, guys. Just saying, just throwing that out, that one out there. And little Daddy 391, look at you being all nice to the nameless girlfriend. That's fantastic. and, and David Dahl, great to see you guys. And little Daddy, I don't know if you see the Cluck and Chuck sticker by your name. There's a story behind that one. There might actually be a commercial to go along with that badge played tonight.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. That's right. That's right. Give it up. Give it up for the podcasts. Your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm just doing this, the extra emphasis on everything, just for Joshua's girlfriend. I love the member stream, man. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How is every little thing this evening, ma'am?
Oh, I'm having a fantastic day. How are you tonight?
I've been working, so I am ill prepared. But we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, see the wink? As we know, me and you, hey, Joshua's girlfriend, we know, huh? These are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable, and it's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the podcast. All right, boys and girl. You just got to add the one girl. Look, I see my own analytics, man. We are a sausage party. We are an absolute sausage party here at the podcast. I don't know if it's just a male-dominated type field, but this is certainly a male-dominated channel, and I can understand that because this is a face for radio. So I get it. There's not a lot of appeal. There's not a lot of appeal to the opposite sex, but going to soldier through, and we are going to have some fun tonight. Our last regular live stream, we were averaging over 100 people. It was awesome. We're doing better than I ever thought we would. Not that we don't put out a good show, but pragmatism does not sell well in an idealist's market, and crypto is certainly an idealist's market. Diamond hands, hold on for dear life. It's not really my thing. I'm more of a sell when it looks sketchy sorted trader. AMP is the only thing that I am invested in that is keeping me away from my discipline. And this is discipline learned over years of getting my ass kicked in one market or another. Everyone thinks that they're going to nail it, that they got it all figured out until they don't. And then, bye-bye. Any other time in this market, with the conditions we have right now, I would have been long gone. Something stinks, and I can't figure out what it is. Unless, you know what, I always entertain an unless. Unless the rest of the crypto world knows what I don't know about AMP. Now, maybe I'm dead wrong on everything that I think I know. If there is one lesson that has been reinforced in me over the years of trading, it is exactly that. What you think you know, what you are sure of, what you are certain of is dead wrong, and you are about to piss away a lot of money. Been there, done that. I don't believe it is the case with AMP, but as far as it not doing what it should be doing, what the rest of the market is doing, it makes me question a lot of things that I think I know for sure, but maybe don't. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I just want to report honestly. And if you cannot consider for even a second that you might be wrong about something, stop investing. All right? You will get your clock cleaned eventually, and nobody likes that. I guess keep an open mind. That I think that's what I'm trying to get at here. Just keep an open mind. Investing is emotional, even though it shouldn't be. Money is emotionless, and it doesn't care how your day is going, and it definitely doesn't care what you think you know for sure, but are dead wrong about. I don't believe I'm wrong about AMP. Not at all. I am just illustrating my mindset and how I look at crypto. You know what? This is how I look at all of my investments. Believing in a thing is great. It helps you open your wallet. But blindly believing in a thing is dangerous. It's building facts, creating facts, dreaming up facts to fit a narrative instead of building a narrative to fit the facts. Think about that one for a bit. And I think you're going to see exactly where I am coming from. Super short monologue this evening. Emory and Bell are going to be running most of the show tonight as I have been working all damn day and I got zero prep done. So this is going to be a lot more off the cuff than we usually do. But Bell and I used to do politics back in the day, so we are not strangers to firing off firm conclusions based on very little data. We're going to have a go at that tonight, and we're going to see what comes out the other end. We put a lot of work in the show. I know I don't know if it seems easy, but it's not. All right, we put a lot of work, a lot of time. I put a lot of time into this. If I would put as much time into my investing as I am putting into my YouTube, I would have more money. But we just love to do it. We love to do it. We love to get out. We love to talk to people. We love. I really love the member stream, man. This is this is kind of what I live for. This is what we've been trying to go for. Because on here, I can do this. I'll tell you what. For all of my members, for all of the members, here is a toast. I hope like hell you have a little bit of apple juice in front of you. But guys, look. Here's to you. That's dead air. I don't like to have dead air, but that's the radio guy in me. But you know what? I've never toasted you guys because I'm not allowed to do it on the public stream because that is me encouraging alcohol consumption, and I would never do that. But here on the member stream, I absolutely recommend it. You know, if you've been looking at the market lately, I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend that you drink. All right, whatever your lubrication of choice. So, Belle, are you ready for tonight? Do you got some stuff lined up? Are you ready to go? Are you going to give them a good show?
I do have some stuff tonight, as well as Emory has a couple of evaluations that he's going to be doing.
Emory
33, D-Gully 33. I hope you're ready because he's chosen your picks from 2 shows ago.
Yeah, man. Look, yeah, you guys are the members, man. You know, you give us $5 a month, or I don't even know what the $5 or $10 a month. I am obligated to produce for you, so we're damn sure going to do this. Now, clearly, I am here, but I'm gonna pretty much be second chair this evening. So allow me to present to you, ladies and gentlemen of the podcasts, for the first time ever on this show, Emory and Bell, the dynamic duo of crypto. That's the only rhyme I could come up with. The dynamic duo of crypto. It rhymes with the O. Are you guys ready right now, or shall we take a very short break so that you guys can get your shit together?
I've got my shit together. I don't know about Emory. Of course, he might be whipping his shirt off for the audience. I don't know.
Emory, you ready tonight, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing great.
I'm waiting for your camera to pop up. I want to see if I'm seeing man nipples here or not. There. Oh, you're wearing a shirt. You punked out.
You advertised that I'd be shirtless, but I couldn't do it just by myself.
I am so depressed now. I am so depressed. Nobody wants to see my man boobs. All right, they just don't. You're a little bit more fit than I am. This should really be a you thing. Belle, come on, start us off. Take your clothes off. Do it. Come on, it's for the show. This is the member stream. All right, they expect different. Or you could pay that cat that was gonna give you $2 to show your feet. Man, I haven't forgotten that. That was creepy. I mean, even for YouTube, that was pretty creepy. I don't know if you guys remember this one or not. I'll tell you what. Let me see what I got on here. Oh, I'm looking for one. I'll tell you what, guys. As a special treat, before we let Belle and Emory just run loose on here, I'm going to play you one of my old commercials. See, now, if you guys are wondering what the icons are, and why they change and how we've assigned them for the members. Start with the podcast, and I see some cluck and chucks up there now. This is what we based all of this on. Now, this is stuff that we were doing back on our older live stream that when we were still on Survival Circle Radio Network. So you can't just have dead air breaks. So we made commercials. So we would make commercials to put on when we were taking our 60 or 90 seconds. So I haven't played one of these in a long time. So please give me a break here. But this is what we were doing when we were on Survival Circle Radio Network. And if you're curious about what the icons are, what they mean, this is what they mean. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. Which one do we want, Belle? I got Commander Crunched and Dr. Umptons. Which one? Which one do you want to play?
We got to go with Dr. Umptons.
Okay.
Just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the podcast, I give you Dr. Umptons Never Fail Wood Creator.
Hi, guys. Are you like me? Never really sure what'll happen when that special moment comes around? Is your gear not what it was a few years ago before you succumbed to the vicious alcoholism and fried foods that took over your life? Wish you could pitch a tent like the younger fellas? Well, now you can with Dr. Umpton's Never Fail Wood Creator. Don't think you can create wood from thin air? I beg to differ, sir. And I say sir because, let's admit it, you're probably an old guy or you would just skip this. When that special moment comes around again, in a couple of weeks or a month or so if you've been married for any length of time, don't wait to shame yourself. Just snort a line of Dr. Umpton's Never Fail Wood Creator, and you will be pitching wood long before you should. Hey, that's a good catchphrase for us, isn't it, guys? Pitch wood before you should. Trademark. Now you might think there would be side effects. Nothing can be this good. And you would be correct. They are horrible. But is it worse than a floppy tripod? We at Dr. Umpton's don't think so. And neither should you. Just skip the side effects small talk and order today. All of our call screeners are, doctors. So they will write you the script and you will be back in the saddle next month. Or whenever it happens. Maybe after the game. Whenever. Operators, doctors are standing by now. Side effects include sudden blindness, dry eyes, losing hair, nails, loose teeth, violent mood swings, flames from the anus, and sleepiness. Enjoy your wood.
There you go, guys. So when you come up to, I don't know what it is, month 2 or month 3, when you got the little Dr. Umpton's Never Fail Wood Creator icon as part of your membership package, that's where it started. So, okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I got a dozen of these, man. We were... I've always enjoyed writing comedy. I love doing I love comedy. I love doing funny stuff. It's just, I don't know. I'm a naturally upbeat person, so it fits in well with me. But we got a dozen of these, man. I'll play a couple tonight. Anyway, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, I give you Belle. Take it away, ma'am. I am on mute.
All right. So this is one thing that we don't usually do during the show, but I couldn't resist. Chester, I really hope everyone who subscribes to Dr. Umpton does enjoy their wood. I mean, what's the point otherwise? So we don't usually do this, but yeah, Emory and I kind of are teaming up tonight on this first one. Now, Emory, I stumbled across an article that on Economic Times that actually the title of the article starts out why Washington regulators and policymakers are worried about stablecoins. Now, the synopsis of this literally reads, okay, the trouble with stablecoins is that they slip through the regulatory cracks, and they aren't classified as bank deposits, so the Fed and the Office of the Controller of the Currency have limited ability to oversee them. The SEC has some authority if they're defined as securities, but that's a matter of active debate. Emory, you've been studying all of this. Now, when you stumble across an article that's titled like this and you hear this kind of synopsis, what's the first thing you think of?
The very first thing I think of is, well, that's interesting. Let's read on this bullshit. Let's see what's happening here. So yeah, I mean, I have to read it.
Oh, you're not even going to offer up anything, are you? Goddamn licensed people, man. This is what we're here for. No one's ever going to see this again.
Well, you know what, Emory, if you're wanting a bedtime story, I can read the article. I actually have it pulled up.
Oh gosh, how long is it?
It's not very long, and I read quickly, so
Well, it's that sounds a little fishy for me. Now, granted, I have not read the article yet, but just from the title, something seems a little off to me. The amateur economist me says that something's a little weird, and whoever wrote the article isn't quite sure what they're talking about.
yeah, the author of this article is actually a lady, ironically, named Jenna Smollett. I can't pronounce that last name. That's one I'm definitely butchering. But yeah, I can definitely go into detail about it. It starts out by saying stablecoins might be the most ironically named innovation of the cryptocurrency era, at least in the eyes of many Washington regulators and policymakers. I read that and flat out went, no shit, Sherlock. Just saying. Okay. It then goes on, these digital currencies promise to maintain their value, which is generally pegged to a government currency like a dollar or a euro, by relying on stable financial backing like bank reserves and short-term debt. They're practically exploding in popularity because they're a practical and cheap way to transact in cryptocurrency. Stablecoins have moved from virtual non-existence to a more than 120 billion market in a few short years, with the bulk of that growth in the last 12 months. But many are built more like slightly risky investments than the dollars and cents cash money they claim to be. And so far, they're slipping through regulatory cracks. Emory, you've done plenty of digging into crypto. Would you say that statement's accurate?
No, I really wouldn't. Here's a good example for you. Stable coins are cryptocurrency, no matter how you slice it. That's what they are, and they're treated like property, like any other kind of cryptocurrency there is out there. And what these stable coins do, as you said before, they're pegged to the US dollar, so they move up and down as the US dollar does. So they're effectively just US dollars, but in digital cryptocurrency form. But they can be a bit more, I'd say, yielded a bit better in some crypto markets, which is great, which makes them fungible. And if you don't know what fungible means, that just means that if I were to hand you a stable coin for $1, there is effectively no difference because they're priced the same way. So here's a question for you. Let's say you have $10, and the U.S. government says tomorrow we're no longer going to have green dollars, we're going to have red dollars. Turn in all your green dollars, you're going to receive red dollars. You say, okay, here are my red dollars. They're exactly the same as the green dollars. They're worth exactly the same, and they are treated exactly the same. There's no difference. That's what fungibility means in this sense. So there are no cracks because it's the exact same thing. There are no cracks. I don't know what the credentials of this person who wrote this article is, or what they've been working on, but something doesn't add up.
You know what?
I really think this lady has been smoking crack, honestly.
You know what? The credentials of these economists are, you know what? They're null and void. All they are is I don't even know. I've been trying to decipher the media for a long time, and considering the bulk of it, 90% of it, 95% of it is, in fact, opinion editorial. But for some reason, if it shows up in Yahoo Finance or the Wall Street Journal, suddenly it is absolute fact. And that's crap. I mean, that is absolute crap. Where do you base this on? Where do you get this on? Simply the fact that they can illustrate in two sentences, one, that stable coins are pegged to the dollar. Their value, they are fungible. They are pegged to the dollar. But at the same time, they are property, whereas the dollar is currency. And they cannot even see that fallacy in their very own statement. It makes me dismiss effectively everything that they're saying afterwards, because what the hell, man? You're telling me it's both black and white. I mean, you got to pick a side. I'm sorry. I that was me jumping in. Go ahead.
And this is the kind of article that you've got a lot of people who are just now looking at cryptocurrency and thinking about getting into it. This is exactly the kind of article that puts people off. They read this and they go, oh well, what's the point then? Especially when they get to the part of the article that says a professor at Vanderbilt University Law School flat out says that stablecoins makes with all of these issues surrounding stablecoins, this makes them the type of financial product macroeconomic disasters usually come from.
See, and this is not, you know what, I'm going to let you go on this, Emory, but I do have to point this out. You will lose me as soon as you throw your credentials at me. You've just lost me. Podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, I'm an educated man. You might not think it, and you would certainly not see it by my trade that I've chosen, but I'm an educated person. Have you ever once heard me ever discuss my credentials, my academic credentials? I do not, because they do not lead, they don't reinforce an argument that I'm making. If you are making a strong argument, you don't need academic credentials, and your credentials do not outweigh the strength of my argument. So I hate when they do that. I mean, it's like, you're like deferring to royalty at that point. Well, that guy went to Vanderbilt. Oh, well, shit. Everything I was thinking was dead wrong because he went to Vanderbilt, because he's got $250,000 worth of student debt. So, of course, I value your opinion more because you went to Harvard, or you went to Vanderbilt, or you went to Brown. If you have to reinforce your argument with your credentials, it's a bad argument. It is 100% a bad argument. You should be able to defend your position without throwing your card out there. That's all I'm saying about that. So, yes, as soon as they put it up, when you see it, it is simply to try to lend strength to a bullshit argument, and they know that it's bullshit. As soon as they start getting vague and throw their credentials up, you can dismiss anything that's coming out of their mouth. I'm sorry, Emory. I know I just one-upped you there, man, but that's the politics wheelhouse in me, man. I cannot let shit like that go. Take it away, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to read what's going on first and take a look at the article, and if it makes sense to you and it checks out, especially across other articles, then you can kind of consider what's being said there, but never just read one source and say, yep, that's what's going on. You should always be able to cross-reference.
Well, that's crypto, though, man. We exist on confirmation bias. And I know I've covered this before, but there's a lot of people that are in crypto that really shouldn't be in crypto that don't understand crypto. They don't understand blockchain. They don't understand level 1, level 2. They don't understand it. So it's like rooting for a sports team. It's like, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm not a Steelers fan, but it's like being a Steelers fan. Even when they suck and even when it's horrible, everything that you're seeing with your own eyes says that this is just absolute crap. You still believe in them all the way down because this is your pick. So what they do is they will go out and scour the web for anything that they can see about their particular token. Now, I would ask people of the podcasts, go out and just Google AMP crypto and look at the top 100 stories. They're all positive. Everything about it is positive. Everything on YouTube is positive. 50,000%. You're going to be a millionaire. Don't you worry about it. This is what they do. Because if people are unsure about their investment, they just want confirmation that it's a good one. And there are more than enough P.T. Barnums in the world that are going to tell them exactly what they want to hear to get them coming back. So, yes, what Emory is saying is exactly right. Check multiple sources. But it's a little tough in crypto, man, because there's so much people want you coming back to their channel. They want you coming back to their stories. They want you coming back to their website. So they're going to report positively about most of this stuff, because if I come up here and tell you you're making a dumbass investment, what the hell's the matter with you? Did you not read anything? Did you not understand anything about this? You're not coming back. You're just not coming back. So, okay, I'm sorry. I can't, for someone who's passing
really...
the
Do we really need those people, Scott?
I want all the people. I want everybody here. I don't think there should be other crypto channels. There should be the podcasts. We're going to fix the market. We're going to do this right. We're going to slap the 50,000% off of all of these people. And you know what? Speaking of that, why do people keep making these videos? Why do they keep right now today? You can go up there and look, and people are still putting up these 50,000% videos, and it's going to, $11 and all that shit. When is the last time in the last 6 months you saw anything move like that? Anything in the crypto world move like that? But this is still what you get every single time. Go ahead, Bill.
Oh, and I am going to say, yeah, if you were actually a Steelers fan, and no, there'd be no way whatsoever we could be friends. Sorry. Just saying. No. All right. Anyway, Emory, I know you had a few more thoughts on that one. What else do you have to consider with that toilet paper worthy article?
Yeah, you looking at history is also really important here. See what happened in the last 100 years. When's the last time you saw a technological break like this, and what happened? Just follow the history, and following the history and understanding multiple points of view, you can come to your own conclusion and make an educated guess. And the key here is educated. Educated does not mean your opinion on what you think may happen based on your feelings. An educated guess is something that you came to because you read a lot. You read a lot. You have to read. If you don't read in the crypto world, you're done for. Read the white papers, read their website. What are they doing? Why are they doing it? That's how you get your information.
Oh my God, you mean you actually have to put some effort into it?
Yeah, but see, I can't build a channel like that. I can't build a YouTube channel saying, "Hey, go read." Hey, Alice, did you read the white paper? No? You fucked up. Why do you have your money in there? Based on what I said? I'm not your broker, babe. And you make money or lose money, it means nothing to me. Nothing. But again, you can't make a YouTube channel. You can't make a YouTube channel like that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You guys go ahead and carry on, man.
That's all I had. Bill.
All right. So obviously that was one example. That was one example of articles that I find absolutely freaking ridiculous in regards to crypto. Now, the next one. Okay, about 4 days ago, Solana had a 17-hour outage. That's been all over the place. And I mean, literally all over. They put out on their Twitter account, engineers across the ecosystem deployed several mitigations in 1.6.25 to increase network resilience during periods of extreme transaction load. These fixes included preventing exclusive locking on accounts that reference program code, and the introduction of throttling of forwarded transactions, which will help prevent amplification of transaction congestion. The community is committed to publishing a detailed post-mortem on the outage in the coming weeks as further fixes are deployed. Now, that of course made big news all across the board. It made big news. Now, Scott, since you work in this industry, what happens when you go down, especially for that length of time?
Oh, that is catastrophic. That is catastrophic. Now, from a physical infrastructure standpoint, that's my wheelhouse. That's where I am. That's where I exist. We have redundancy upon redundancy upon redundancy to make sure this doesn't happen. So if something like this does happen, it is absolutely catastrophic. All hands on deck. Your phone will not stop ringing for 3 days. And then there's the post-mortem. I love the post-mortem. So you know what I'm waiting for the whole Solana thing, because I lost money. I don't like to lose money. And I don't like to lose money from something that's completely out of my control. This is completely out of my control. I'm not happy about that. So it makes me question a lot of things, a lot of them. Now, I like Solana, all right? I think it's an excellent system. I think it's leagues above Ethereum. I also like ADA. I think it is leagues above Ethereum. But As a pragmatist, I have to deal with the reality as it's presented to me, not as I wish it was. So, yeah, that's not good. That's all I have to say about that. Something got screwed up royally, absolutely royally, for this to happen. Now, you're not going to see that article. That ain't going to come out. But again, as somebody who works in the infrastructure that keeps the blinky lights blinking, somebody screwed the pooch. Huge, huge. I have, you know what? It's member stream. I can say it. I have lost complete faith in Solana. Absolute complete faith in Solana. You don't have my money anymore. It's not that I lost. It's crypto. We all lose from time to time. It's the fact that you can't keep your network up. That's a problem. That is a big problem. That is a problem that can never fucking happen, ever. And it happened to you. And for you to just pass off a little article and say, well, you know, it was only 17 hours. Do you know how many transactions are conducted in 17 hours? Do you know how much data is transferred from point A to point B to point C in 17 hours? If this was 2 years from now, if Solana had kept its growth and more people were building on Sol, more, and then that son of a bitch went down for 17 hours, the world would be on fire. It's not just Solana that's going to tank. It's everything that's built on Solana is going to tank. Can you imagine? Let me give you an example. I like to use context. I don't just bitch. I want to use context when I bitch. Imagine if Ethereum went down for 17 hours. Imagine if it was Ethereum. You would be dead broke right now. Everything you have would be gone. Not gone. You know what I mean. It would be down. It might as well be. It'd be better to have nothing than to have what you'd have left, because then you have a little bit that you can cry over. If you lose all of it, that's better because there's no more tears. It's like, well, shit, I lost everything. Now I can move on. If you still have a little bit, you still have hope. But imagine if Ethereum went down for that length of time. That is world altering. All right. Crypto as we know it would never be the same if it was Ethereum as opposed to Solana. So the little article, the little couple articles of them just trying to rationalize this and saying, you know, it happens. We think we know, is absolute bullshit. All right. Somebody screwed up royally, and you are not going to bullshit me on this. I work in the industry. All right. I am in the know. And that ain't good, man. I'll just leave it there. I don't want to keep ranting because I'm going to keep going on this, man. But that can never, ever happen. And it did. And you will never shake that off. I know the crypto market also has a very short memory, but I don't. I remember everything, and I will no longer invest in them, period. I won't invest in anything that's built on them, period, because they cannot guarantee their network. If you can't guarantee your network, that means you can't guarantee my money. This is not financial advice. Here it is. Look at here. You do you. I hope you make a fortune on it. But for all of the volatility in crypto, by FUD, by rumors, by just the very nature of the crypto market, I don't want to add something into it that you can't maintain your own infrastructure. So I am done with them and anything that's built on them. I hope they do well. I hope they shake it off. But there's already enough risk in this for me to take on more. Sorry. There you go, Belle. Carry on, please.
Actually, you circled around to a point that I was going to make. Now, this article I mentioned was published 2 days ago. Now, 10 hours ago, and here's where the FUD comes in, ladies and gentlemen. There's an article also on Bloomberg saying Solana trading, how outage reveals vulnerability of crypto blockchains. Emory, you and I were talking about this before the show. What's the problem with this?
So, as Scott said, Sol is a tech platform, just like Ether, just like DOT or Theta. What this article is implying is that there is only one blockchain, and I'm actually really interested in our viewers and members. How many people know that some of these coins are generated from native blockchains rather than just coins sprung up on Ether? Because not all blockchains are the same. Theta is not the same as Ether. Ether is not the same as DOT. Ether is not the same as Cardano or Sol. These are all different types of blockchains. They do have their native governance coins, but they're not the same. How many people can tell the difference between a program run on Theta versus a program run on Cardano? That's what I'm interested in. And this article appears to not know the difference.
No, because they don't have to, man. I'm Garrett. Somewhere in that article, I didn't read it, Bill, but somewhere in that article, there are credentials thrown in that article somewhere, aren't there?
Yes, actually, there are. There are, and it's funny how that works.
It's funny. You know, we've been doing this too long. I can spot bullshit from miles away. And I was like, go ahead.
That it's again, and as Emory was just saying, and we just talked about this. We did. We just talked about this. Okay, no, this is not necessarily bad news. It doesn't reveal the vulnerabilities of crypto blockchains. No, just stop it.
All it does is reveal how Solana screwed up. That's all that does. Now, like Ether or not, it's stable. That's why it's there. These ERC20 coins are stable. That's why they're there. And like I said, like it or not, it's a stable network. So Solana appears to be not quite as stable or not quite as there yet. And as Scott alluded, they might change in the future, make it more secure, make it better. But for right now, it's not doing so great.
I got to ask, man, why would you invest money in something when they cannot guarantee the very basic operation of what you are putting your money in? Again, not financial advice, man. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just illustrating a simple point that you're not going to buy a car if the engine only starts most of the time. Most of the time, it's pretty good. You're not going to buy that car. So why would you invest in something that's built on a network that's only up most of the time? It's very, very simple math here, man.
A question for you, Scott.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
say they put out a press release, after a good press release after that outage. Is there anything they could have done to have saved themselves from what they were trying to rationalize?
I'd have to see the postmortem. You'd have to come 100% clean, 100%. This is what happened. This is what we know. This is what we prove. This is how it will never happen again. But I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that postmortem come out, and there is no way that they are going to release it, because if they do, then they are showing the competence of the current leadership of this entire thing, because we're all going to ask, how the fuck could you not see this coming? Do you have any idea how many billions of dollars you just flushed because you didn't have the foresight to even verify that your own network was fully operational and that you did not see a vulnerability such as this? I have a problem with it. Now, if they're going to put out that kind of postmortem, and people are going to get fired, I might reconsider it. But I don't see that happening, man. I don't see that happening. What do we say? I got something that just came across my ticker. There you go. Solana chart bull flag eyes $250 despite Solana price down 40% since last week. This is the crypto market, and this is what I'm trying to illustrate here. And this is why I preface everything with this is not financial advice. There's a lot of ignorance in here, man. I just people are still gonna believe, man. Doesn't even matter. Even when they pecker slap you right in the face, people still believe. Oh no, it's fine. It could have been, it could have happened to anybody. You got to give them another chance. Not with my money. Just not with my money. You got to give them a better second chance, but I shall not. Please carry on, Bill.
No, this is a prime example of, in simpler terms, buying a puzzle and then having 3 pieces out of a 1,000-piece puzzle missing. No,
Yeah, but you got most of them. Come on, you got most of them.
No, I'm anal retentive, and not being able to finish the entire damn puzzle just pisses me off. Now, in more fun, El Salvador's Bitcoin law is a farce. Yes, that's a real article.
Wait a minute. Save this one because I just ranted really, really hard, and I want to play a commercial. I want to play a commercial for the other guys. I think the next one that you have in the members thing, I think the next little icon you have is another commercial that we did for our show. I do need 60, 90 seconds here, guys. Let me catch my breath. But in the meantime, allow me to present to you Commander Crunched condoms. And yes, this one went over like a house of brick. Let me turn it on so everybody else can hear it. So stand by, please.
And such. It be your old pal, Commander Crunched. Not to be confused with the captain what pitches breakfast cereal. No. Your pal, Commander Crunched, lived a much different life than the captain did. We don't be pushing breakfast cereal. No, we be pushing condoms. Commander Crunched condoms. They be the weapon of choice for our ports of call. For the wenches we runs afoul of, they be unclean. Yar. We have no idea what their breakfast cereal of choice is, but we be pretty sure it has a lot of bran in it. Very sadly, When you don't know what that port in the storm might be carrying, or who it was carrying before ye, always trust in Commander Crunched condoms. I wish I had 'em when I was still Ensign Crunched. We might have avoided some very unpleasant conversations with Mrs. Crunched. So as Commander Crunched always says, keep your powder dry and your willy. You will need 'em both eventually. Commander Crunched condoms. When you just don't know, but you have a pretty good idea she's a dirty one. But hell, you've been out there a long time.
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, that was Commander Crunched condoms, man. I was in a weird place when I was writing and making all of those things. Like I said, I got a dozen of these, man. They're all equally stupid. But it was, look at Belle, she's dying. Did you even hear that, Emory? You have no comment whatsoever. Come on, dude, that's funny.
That must have been an interesting part of your life, Scott.
I was in a weird place. I still do these, dude. I got like 20 of them I haven't even put out yet. They're all
you gotta
made,
do a
man.
couple each member stream. You gotta do a couple.
You know what? I think it's fun, man. I can't put these out on the public stream, man. That would just be rough. And when we were doing Survival Circle, we had a small audience, so it was all older people, man. They got a kick out of it, but no, I'd be afraid people would take me seriously. It's like, dude, lighten up, all right, man? Crypto is serious. Lighten up. All right, Belle, you were talking about El Salvador. This is punching every single Empire member right in the wallet. Why don't you take it away, please?
All right. Well, I'm getting a side note here, though. Remind me to never, ever let you do a pirate's accent again. That was horrible. It was absolutely bloody horrible. All right.
I did these like a damn year ago. I had shitty mics. I really didn't understand my soundboard. I didn't get it. All right. This is way early in my recording career. So it would be a little different now. I would have loved to have had these, though, when I was doing radio. Way back in the day, guys. I used to be a radio guy. I would have loved to have these commercials. I did 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. And guess who was listening to AM radio from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m.? Nobody. I could have played anything. I could have said anything, and it would have went over wonderfully. So, you know what, Belle? You know what? You do the pirate accent next time. Carry on, please, madam.
All right. Well, I could definitely handle that. Okay. Anyway, back to El Salvador. El Salvador's Bitcoin law is a farce. The system doesn't work, the currency crashed, and the public hates it. Yeah, that's seriously the title of this article.
Where is it from?
This is from foreignpolicy.com. It just came out yesterday afternoon.
Huh.
Now, anyway, this article goes on to talk about on June 5th, El Salvador President Nayib Bukele declared that Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency, would become legal tender in El Salvador. A few days later, the Bitcoin law was passed to take effect September 7th. Businesses would be required to accept Bitcoin for all payments. Now, this article goes on and flat out says, well, Bitcoin was originally created to be a form of money outside government control. Using Bitcoin as a government endorsed currency had a number of obvious issues. Cryptocurrency has a stupendous money laundering problem. The price of, yeah, of course they had to bring money laundering into it. The price of Bitcoin is incredibly volatile, and cryptocurrencies remain difficult and unwieldy to use. Building a payment system that users trust takes time. No shit, Sherlock. You need to run pilot programs and fix the sort of problems that only show up in production. Again, Captain Obvious here. Deploying a system from scratch at a national scale in just 3 months with no testing is a recipe for disaster, especially when that system is ran on an electronic payment system in an economy that still largely ran on physical cash, US dollar notes, and held widespread distrust of banks and a strong memory of the rush dollarization of 2001. But in an echo of the Silicon Valley model, move fast, and break things. The government tried to sell speed and totality as an advantage. One government figure said, we could do this slowly, or we could just put it on the people and people will learn. If they're forced to do it, they'll learn, and they'll learn quickly. Yeah, and Hylas just brought up a good question relating to this. Doesn't Flexa take care of all that? Yeah, I'm pretty, that's the direction I can definitely see them heading, and this would be why.
Now, you know what? I'm gonna pile on this one just a little bit. The reason that they are free to say anything that they want is because Flexa won't say anything to counter them. They are effectively, for all intents and purposes, attacking Flexa. And Flexa is not going to stand up, put somebody like me in front of the camera and say, you know what? Everything that guy said is bullshit. That's what you need. You need a My Cousin Vinny up there just to stand up in front of the camera. Hey, everything that that broad said was bullshit. But for some reason, they won't do it. And I get it. You want to be removed from this, you know, politically. You just want to stand out and say, yeah, it has nothing to do with me. But there comes a time when it's okay to defend yourself. I think it's okay to stand up and say, yes, everything that guy said was bullshit. It makes me wonder, man, what are you guys waiting for? What exactly are you waiting for? We've been trying like hell to get Eli back on the show. I don't think he's coming. I don't think he's coming, man. There is so much negativity that's flowing around right now about all this. In between the AMP price manipulation, which I firmly believe AMP's price is being manipulated, but in between that and all of the political fallout that's now happening around El Salvador, where basically anybody on the planet that puts a little press sticker up on top of their hat has carte blanche to say any damn thing they want about El Salvador, Bitcoin, Flexa, AMP. They can say anything they want, and nobody is going to fucking stand up and say, prove it. Why don't you validate that statement? Why don't you give some context to that statement? I can tell you anything I want, and apparently it's okay. You know what? Polls show 100% of El Salvadorians love Bitcoin. Go fuck yourself. Does it make it true? No. But it makes you have to go out and do some effort to disprove it. Flex is not putting any effort in to disprove it. They are just letting it happen. What they are saying about the transactions and the ease and the use and so forth is a direct blow to Flexa. Direct blow to them. They were real quick to point out the article. We have partnered with Banco Agricola. We have integrated the Lightning Network onto Flexa. We are the people that are handling this. So every negative article that comes out about that shit is attacking them directly. Now, the rest of the world might not know who Flexa is, but crypto investors do. So when they see it and they read it, they have a tendency to maybe close their wallet, maybe invest in Solana. They have a tendency to look anywhere but at AMP because they can read and all they see is FUD. This is how the world works. This is what's happening. I am firmly of the opinion that Flexa needs to get in front of this. They really need to get in front of this, and they need, you know what? Hire me, man. I'll do it for $1. Just let me speak for you. and I will do it for $1. I promise you I'm not going to cost you anything. I promise you I'm not going to cost you any investors, because every time one of these articles comes out, you lose more investors. So, hey, if you have nothing to lose, why not give me $1? Give me $1, give me a T-shirt that says with a Flexa logo, and I got this. Carry on, Bill.
Well, they could definitely help fill your money bags with that amp. That they could definitely do that. I'm pretty sure you'd go there.
There you go. I'll do it for 25 amp. 25 amp, and give me the authority. Go ahead, Bill.
There you go. There you go. Again, example of FUD being spread around, and they're laying it on thick. Now, Emory, you had a couple of things that you specifically wanted to talk about tonight, correct?
I did. I have a couple of coins to review.
All right, and you are going to make D Gully's day by reviewing those. Why don't you tell us what you've got?
All right, I have IoTex and Rally. I'll talk about IoTex first. I read as much as I could about them over the week. Want my real opinion on it? I don't like it all that much, but I did my due diligence and I did evaluate the coin as objectively as I possibly could. And I'm not quite sure what it's at right now. I didn't check today on purpose just to make sure that I wasn't going to be influenced by anything. But I have it at about 5.8 cents right now. That's what it's worth to me. I think it hovers a little bit over that, if I'm not mistaken, but that's what it's worth to me. IoTex is a coin that it's a governance coin that'll it does control how you privatize your Internet of Things, and which I think is a cool idea. I do think it's a cool idea, but I don't see it going anywhere super quickly. Other companies have tried to do that in the past, basically make your data work for you or your privacy work for you, and they're not terribly popular, and I don't see how that's going to change with IoTex. I don't know if you or Scott have any opinions on that, but that's my take on it.
No, I do, and I'm real close to it too. I like cryptos that solve a big problem. I really do. And I understand what they're doing and where they're going with it. I just don't see a lot of demand right now. I just don't see people clamoring for it. Oh my God, I want it. Oh, I need this. Man, this has been missing in my life. Yeah. I don't see that. I really don't. Now, AMP, yes, I see it. VeChain, I see it. Scale, Poly, FET, I see all of these things and the demand potential. As soon as I told you about Fetch, you're already building a damn tax program based on it. So, yeah, that is solving a problem that's there. I don't see IoTex having it. I know, I think D Gully, you've been requesting this one, man. I would love to give you better news. Not financial advice. I'll just end it right there. It's not something I'm going to put money in, but with crypto being the way crypto is, I could see you. It seems like everybody gets their shot at the top. The little 30% run, the little FOMO. So you might catch something on there. But as far as organic growth, this taking over the planet, I don't see it. That's not for me.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of people out there who really care about how much privacy they have, which is kind of the thing that Internet of Things is going on there. And if that market grows, then sure, I can see IoTex going for it. Like I said, it's not a terrible idea. It's not bad. I just don't think it's popular enough yet.
Nope. What else you got?
I have Rally. Now, Rally, I'm enjoying. I've read a lot about Rally. And people who've heard me talk before on this show, I always make up a fictional coin called Scott Coin, and Rally can make that happen, which is I like it.
Well, then I like it even more, man. Come on, let's get the Scott Coin going here.
Yeah. So the purpose of Rally is to basically, as they put it, make communities more tight-knit, more together by springing up some governance coins for their own community to use, to buy things, to move things around in that particular space. Now, I can possibly see this going somewhere. I'm not going to necessarily related to company script, because it's not quite what it is, because it can be moved outside its own chain, obviously, because it's not just a governance coin. But I do see it has potential. I like it. I am valuing it at about 38 cents, which I like. I think it's a good spot for it, and I hope it grows. I really do.
And I didn't look at I took a 30,000 foot view of Rally, and I happen to agree with it. I like the fact that it can exist off chain. That's probably the selling point for me. Is exactly that, the fact that it could exist off chain. I like things that are I like tokens that can move from point A to point B to point C. I like those things. I'm sorry, I got to circle back around to the IOTEX thing and what you're talking about with privacy. People are celebrating ACH for the data mining that it does. So as far as I'm taking it out, I'm not trying to piss all over D Gully. He's a member, man. I'm just trying to illustrate the point that why I don't see that going anywhere. The fact that people are celebrating data harvesting suggests to me that privacy is not really at the top of their list. For me, it's at the top of mine. The absolute top of my list. Oh, by the way, let's not call it the Scott coin. Let's call it the Great Scott. How about that? Great Scott. I like that. That's what I like. The Great Scott, brought to you by the podcast. I think that would be awesome.
Wow.
That means you need some merch, Scott, so we can make the Great Scott coin work,
The Great Scott. That's what it's got to be, man. I could literally whip up a token in 15 minutes. That's how long it would take me to whip up a token, to build it, to sell it, to market it, to do everything. And I have a platform, so we could say, hey, you know what, guys, I'm not saying I'm a big deal in YouTube, but I'm kind of a big deal. That's effectively influencers, man. That's effectively throwing out your credentials before you make a bullshit statement. Well, hey, Snoop Dogg buys Great Scott, therefore it's clearly a good idea.
If Snoop Dogg bought Great Scott, I would, of course, invest in Great Scott. He would drive up the value of Great Scott so greatly. It would be, wow, yeah.
It would be Greater Scott. That would be it. That'll be our fork. It'll be Great Scott, and then we'll fork into Greater Scott. And then, and then when it falls, we'll be the mediocre Scott. We'll be the plummeting, the falling Scott. I like this, man. We can do this.
Let's see like some Scott coin.
We'll take a members poll, man. Are you guys willing to invest in the Great Scott, man? This will be a ball. All right, Belle, look, take your show back. We got about 2 minutes.
I think we need to come up with a different name for that coin.
No, it's perfect. Emory, back me up here.
Emory, you and I are gonna have to work on this because no.
Well, we'll let the members decide if they want this coin. What it'll be called. How about that? We'll take it out of our hands.
Hey,
the Great Scott or the pot of coin. The pot of coin.
Yeah. The only thing I have left, it was a question. Scott gave me some homework last week. Jazzer Slights asked with his Mexican dual citizenship if he can get around the new bill, and really what they were really asking was how do investments work if I have dual citizenship, because the new bill has nothing to do with it, with the question. And the answer is it depends on where you are most of the time. If you meet the resident alien tests or the naturalization tests of the code, which means you live in the US most of the time and you have source income from the US, then yes, you would pay capital gains taxes on those. So if you have any kind of US tax return whatsoever, it would go on there. So I don't know if you're here tonight, but that's the answer to your question.
And he is not, unfortunately, but we will definitely get that answer back to him.
No, we'll have to put that out in the public stream, because our membership is we're not exactly growing. It's fine, man. Look, this has always just been it's been a hobby for us, and it's just been a very engaging and fun hobby. I'll tell you what, if nothing else, everything that we've done here, man, we have met some great people. It's wonderful to see ideas colliding together and to get different viewpoints. So if nothing else, we've certainly gotten that out of the YouTube time that we've been doing, man. I cannot thank you guys for it. I'm well aware that we're never going to be a big channel, because pragmatism and caution and all that other stuff, it just doesn't sell. It doesn't sell well at all. And But you know what? Honestly, I'd rather have a few like-minded, open-minded, realistic, pragmatic folks that join us for these Saturday night things than I'd rather have that than 1,000 people who just want to hear me say how high, how fast, man, because we're not going to do that. It would be so easy. I've been literally, I have a video made up. And I have one. It's got the big rocket, thumbnail and all that stuff. And I want to throw that out there just to see if I get. And I was full of shit on every bit of it, man. There wasn't a lick of truth that came out of me on that video. I am emulating what sells on YouTube, and I really want to release it. Bell won't let me. I really want to release it just as a personal experiment. I just want to see how it does, but. You know what? Guys, I love the member streams. I absolutely love the member streams. You guys have seen us do public, and what I do here is not what I do on the public stream, and I absolutely love the member stuff. We've already discussed it. Our goal is 50, to have 50 members, and that's simply so that we can justify doing 2 hours on a Saturday night. That's it, because I could keep this. Right here, I can keep this going all night. I don't know if you've noticed this about me, but I like to talk, and I kind of like to drink. I'm a very highly functional alcoholic, so we want to keep this shit going. But I can't pay Bell much, and I can't pay Emory much. So until we bump those numbers, man, I can only ask them for so much time, and that's really all it comes down to. And there's no way that you guys want to just see me sit here and rail away for 2 hours. So I'm not gonna. That's it. I'm sorry. Okay, Bell, look, man, I'm coming to the end of this one here. So
you're actually getting some feedback regarding your BS video that I'm not letting you release. Everybody in chat is saying save it for April 1st. I happen to like this idea. I love this idea.
You know what? Oh, I'm sorry. They're talking about functional is important about the Great Scott. What can I do with that? Oh, you know what? We're never going to hit 10,000 members. I don't believe that to be possible. But let's pretend that we do. And in the case that we reach 10,000 members, we're allowed to sell merchandise on the show, on the webpage. So how about this? We will only accept the Great Scott for T-shirts. That is a use case, 100% direct use case crypto that you can only buy our merchandise with the Great Scott. I love this, and this is going to happen. All right, so you guys keep a little loose for your investment, because I would love to be able to go to CoinGecko and type in the Great Scott and see this, see this big ass down big. I would love that. I'll tell you what, I will put up $100,000 of my own money into the Great Scott just to watch that thing go, because you know what, I'm doing okay. But it would be worth it just to see if somebody writes an article on the Great Scott. I think of Emory. I want you to look into the tax implications and if I can write this off. That's what I want to know, Emory.
I've already figured this out for you. So
yeah.
I mean, what do you have to have a certain membership threshold to like sell merchandise on YouTube, or
to be able to display them on the channel? I need 10,000 members. 10, or 10,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Hey, well, we're up to 3.23K, so
yeah, I'm getting like 10 a day, man. All right, it's gonna be years and
time.
Years.
When this coin comes out, I will happily put it out there for you.
I want to know if I can write it off. If I invest $100,000 in the Great Scott and it goes down to, fractional pennies and I lose $99,000, can I write that off as a capital investment?
You might. The IRS has a special section for losses in Ponzi schemes, but you can put it there.
It's not a Ponzi scheme, man. It's got a use case. It's got a use case. Fuck you. It's got a use case. All right. You can only purchase podcast merchandise with the Great Scott. Therefore, it has a use case, and you're full of shit, Emory. It hasn't. I just want to know if I could write it off. I'm not shitting you. I will put up $100,000 of my own money into to create the Great Scott. but I want to know if I could write it off when this thing tanks
Yeah, you
utterly.
can. Absolutely.
Yes, I think we might be on to something here, guys. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Just to make it more interesting, we'll build it on Solana, so it'll only work most of the time. It'll only work most of the time. I love the member stream, man. I wish we could do these. I wish we could do these public. I really do wish we could do these public. All right. I'm sorry, Belle. Carry on. Thank you.
All right. Well, now these guys are chiming in saying the coin definitely needs to be called the Great Scott. Guys, you're enabling him. That is not what you're supposed to do.
I'll tell you what, the next batch of t-shirts I order is going to have the Great Scott token on there, man. Look, somebody build me an icon. All right, that's what I need. I don't do graphics. So somebody build me an icon, and that is going to be the icon for the Great Scott. Belle, take it away.
All right. Now that Scott and Emory and all of you guys in chat have broken me, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that one. Emory, wow.
You know what we can do with this coin is that you can actually make your own blockchain on it. I can do that pretty easily, and we'd have 100% up rate, and we'll theoretically be better than Solana.
Hey, and
because we've never been down. You bet.
Hey, there we go. I actually like this idea.
We'll call it the Scott chain, and we'll sell Great Scott coin on it.
The Great Scott coin is both the governance and the fuel of the Great Scott blockchain. You bet.
And hey,
we're idea men here, man.
Scott, even better, since you're in the industry, you know how to make this work and keep it functional. Oh my God, it's a problem solver. Let's do this.
Well, you know what? All I got to do is call Anchor and say, look, I need the infrastructure to support the Great Scott blockchain. Can you guys help? And they say, well, yes, we can. And boom, there you go, man. We are going to guarantee you 100% uptime, 99.99 with a little line over the top of uptime for the Great Scott. And yes, I will absolutely market it thusly. Have you invested in Solana? Are you disappointed about the downtime? No? Yes? Consider the Great Scott. 100% uptime since inception. We will guarantee your uptime. Take it away, Bob.
Yeah, if you show up to do promo videos about this coin in a wheelchair and thigh highs, I am going to lose it. I'm going to be rolling all over the floor laughing because
I forgot about that. Rocky Horror, man. We are the Great Scott. The Great Dr. Scott.
I will be dying. You guys, we might want to make sure that my dear brother is on hand because I'm gonna need a medic.
You don't think I would do that? You don't think I'd wheel up like that? Hell, I'll dress you guys up. But I'll dress up Emory. I'll dress you up. I'll get the whole cast together, man. I would have just too much fun with that. I've always wanted to go viral, so why not do it stupidly?
That's a terrifying thought. Why do you have to do that?
You don't think that we would sell crypto with this? All I need is Emory to write me up a white paper. All I need is Emory to write me a white paper. He is more than capable of doing it. We'll put the math together. We'll put it up, and this is how you're going to get rich in the Great Scott. I'm on this, man, and we are already influencers. Yeah. I'm like I said, guys. I'm a pretty big deal on YouTube. Now, are you going to get us out of here? We're like 10 minutes over our time.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I don't even think anybody's left.
Actually, they're still in chat and they are laughing about all of this. So that's why I haven't.
You know what? You guys are going to look back. You're going to look back 10 years from now and say, I remember when the Great Scott was just an idea. And now it is the leading currency of Zimbabwe. You're going to remember this moment and say, yeah, that's it, man. People are up there. You know, he saved the world with the Great Scott. We're like Bill and Ted. All right. We dreamt up a coin and we saved the world. So they're all waiting for Bill and Ted's music. World is waiting for the Great Scott.
All right. Now, on that hilarious note, on that absolutely hilarious note, we are going to go ahead and wrap up for tonight. Now, with that being said, we are definitely going to be back on at our normal time next Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. we're gonna have the Sith Lord back. He may or may not be wearing a shirt. We don't know. He'll leave that as a surprise for you guys. I will not be showing my feet. Just throwing that one out there. And yeah, Scott is definitely not gonna turtle wax his head. I've seen that, by the way.
The turtle wax?
Wow.
No. I just shaved it today. Look at there. Huh? I'm like the crypto Mr. Clean. I look like a space monkey. Look at that. Right? That's the sound of a well-shorn head.
Now, with that being said, we do appreciate each and every one of you. And Joshua, yes, thank you for bringing your girl along and having her suffer through this. we hope she got more than a few laughs out of this. Again, we thank each and every one of you. Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. We thoroughly enjoy it because of you guys. We hope you guys are enjoying the content as well. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to email Scott and I. And if you have tax questions, you can definitely email Emory as well. And I will post his email address in the chat for those of you who don't have it.
Do I have to buy Emory an at the podcast email?
No, I think.
Do you think it'd be easier? Scott at the podcast, Bella at the podcast, Emory at the podcast. Should I do something like that? It's $70. Somebody super chat me $70, and I'll buy Emory a at the podcasts.
Has to be in Scott coin though. It don't work.
I interrupted you, Belle. Please carry on.
Now, with that being said, we are definitely going to be back at our normal time next Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We thank each and every one of you for being here. We thank you guys for playing along, and we will see you next time.
Need a poll, Belle, for these couple of moments.
We'll see you guys. We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podcasts. Also, visit our page at thepodcast.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.